Hi Libra, welcome to your December forecast for the month, and I will be going through the past, present, and future energies, and it could also be the mind, body, and spirit. So that's kind of the way that whatever resonates with you, take whatever does, but ultimately trust your own gut in what resonates there. So I'll also be incorporating love energies as well as just sort of general positive affirmations to bring more wealth and health into your space at this time. So with that being said, I'll just sort of jump in and give you the energies that I'm getting. I do feel like there's something with Libra, with your energy about in December, about really the feeling of measuring up and the feeling of being enough and being adequate, and the feeling of I feel like a lot of you are critical of yourself at times. And I just want to say that you are enough, you are sufficient, and you are moving forward, and you don't have to accept any opinions or even of yourself. Sometimes I feel like there might be some energies that you may not always be telling yourself the right story or painting an accurate picture. So I just want to bring a lot of love and energy into your space. And as I'm saying that, I do have a female energy that's coming forward, and I feel like, and I'm getting the starting with the letter N, and so I don't know if there's a Nancy or a Natasha. There's something about an N name, so I'm getting that as well. But I do feel like there may have been some times where it could have been a friend or a family member, but the feeling of maybe not always feeling that respected or valued or given the love that you needed. And so I just feel like I just want to say that you are enough and you are sufficient. And so I just feel like there's a lot of good things coming for you, but it's about also you accepting your own beauty and your own light. So that can, you're stepping out of your own way, and so you can allow that light to come forward and shine for others. So that being said, we'll go ahead and just drop the cards, and I'll just sort of tune in and see what we've got in terms of the energies that are coming forward here. All right, freedom. And I'll drop the links down below for any of the cards if you're interested. I love these cards. All of these just feels like a right combination for the month of December. Okay, yep. Not surprised that that card popped up. And I do feel like a lot of you are kind of, I mean, there's something about money that's coming into this space as well, and the feeling of trying to create more wealth in your life and prosperity, that I just feel like that is in your space as well. Yeah, okay. Wow. And I'm just gonna, as I'm hearing these names, I'm just gonna drop the names, just because I feel like there's spirits that are just, I feel like this month they're trying to be, in order to get everything clear. I think a lot of people resonate with names, and so I'm hearing all these names in my they're shouting names, and so I'm hearing Roger and Emily. And so sometimes spirits like, look, I know it'll take too much energy or time to go through a full detail, so I'm just going to pop in my name or a name of an individual who they want to get their attention. So I just heard Roger and Emily as well. All right. Okay, and then, okay, so yeah, Libra. So as I was saying, we've got the card of freedom here. We've got the feeling, or the card of self-love as well. The card number 6, self-care. And I mean, look at the self, not surprised, and then heart of the matter. And this card here, what it says here is, there's going to be more that meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. And so as I'm seeing this, and just sort of taking in this energy, it definitely coincides with what I was feeling in terms of the, excuse me, the self-love, self-care. Excuse me. Gosh, some of you also might have issues kind of speaking up and kind of speaking your truth. And I'm feeling that as well. As I'm saying it, it's like, whew, it's kind of like hard to get words out. So there's something very strong about the month of December for you, about kind of owning your truth and speaking up for who you are and what you believe in. So a lot of times others, once you kind of, it's like if they don't know what they're working with or who you are, it's hard for them to react to you. But when you start to kind of really speak up and own your power, so like, gosh, as I'm saying it, like I'm just feeling like that clogging of the throat is no longer there. And so that's really what the energy of what I'm feeling this month. And but that creates the freedom, right? And so you can see kind of the bird that's popping up here at the top, and it's looking down below at its past experiences, and it feels like such a sense of freedom from those experiences that no longer serve, or those experiences have shaped them in a way that allows them to be who they are today, but also communicate that in a different way. And this, with here, you know, the self-love and self-care, those really go hand in hand. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Look at her. She's looking down here at the kind of the self-care and really kind of drawing into that energy. I mean, I couldn't have put out two better cards that went together. So the Spirit's quite amazing in your reading and really trying to emphasize that for you. And so this is all about really knowing your own value and your own truth and who you are and your light. But sometimes in order to do that, we have to kind of separate from the energies of others. And so this month is really about self-love, self-care for you, and really getting into, well, like this one, the heart of what matters most. And it's really about, you can't really show up in the world and serve others until you've served yourself and taken care of yourself. And this is all what your energy is about here. Like I mean, it's laid out pretty clearly in terms of what that is. And so I just feel like I'm being called to pull another one here that's resonates, or that coincides with that one. There's something about that freedom. I mean, I have a good sense of what that is, but I just feel like I need to bring in another card with that, because there's something more about this self, like in terms of the dynamics and the energies that you've been holding on to. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So protection. And so a lot of times when in order to protect ourselves from being hurt by others, we sort of kind of put on a little bit of a mask, right? Sometimes, and then we realize that that's not working for us, and that we want to be who we want to be, and we want to kind of see things all that are. And so I just feel like there's certain things that, the feeling of you're breaking away from what no longer serves you. But again, I just feel like there's something around you right now in terms of trying to protect your energy, because I feel like a little bit of a sensitive space right now. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels like a lot of times when we go into that space of self-love and self-care, we seek protection, and that's where, like, refuge, where we might just kind of hang out at home. We might not go out as much, but I feel like, you know, December tends to be a bit of a social month, but I just feel like you're a little protective of your energy, but honor that. Like, it's kind of the wounded warrior, right? If you've just had surgery, or if you're going to have surgery, it's like you kind of just take it easy, and it's like, give the time to repair. There's nothing different. As it relates to the physical body or mind, your spirit. Sometimes we need a little reprieve. And so, you know, just like when I connect with spirit, generally speaking, when I call upon their energy, they come. But there's sometimes where they're working in a space where they you know, they might be transitioning, they might be trying to work on themselves, and so I just don't feel their energy to the extent that I normally would in some cases. But then I could try again, and they're there. But so I guess my point is that at every point in time, we all kind of need a little bit of reprieve, and Spirit's saying, like, honor that within yourself. And so let's just pull a final card here in terms of health and wealth, and see what Spirit has to say in terms of December for your energy, Libra. It's all good. Like, I mean, consider this a prescription from the spiritual doctor, if you will, on the other side, saying, take some time. This is your time. Take some time, because get ready, because next year is going to be wild and crazy. And so it just feels like it's going to be good for you. All right. Okay, the presence of love will always cast out any fear. And so, yeah, I mean, this is really just saying, like, you know, don't be afraid of the space that you're stepping into right now. And if you can sort of give yourself that self-love and really pull that into your energy and just honor that aspect of yourself. And as I'm seeing, like, this is kind of that pink, that feminine energy. It's really about being there in that space as well and honoring that. And I do feel like there might be a significance with female relationships in your life at this time, where you might be kind of working through some of that, or you might call upon them to kind of have the girls help you a girls' night out. That might be significant for you as well, and maybe kind of calling that energy into your space. But regardless, give yourself the time this month. I think you've got a lot of amazing energies that are around you, and it's always good to basically be granted kind of a reprieve and be able to kind of go inward to kind of come out better version of who you were once you went in. So I wish you all the best, Libra. Have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and namaste.